Are you doing the most but getting the least results? You probably need to learn the ACE definition of focus. Ever feel like you're just doing a lot but spinning your wheels and not really achieving much? Talking about it today. Coming up next. Welcome to ACE Monday Mastery. Got a story to tell. Let me break it down. I hired in with bright eyes, but this team was disjointed. My project in full effect. This is my appointment. The point man, my moment to show and prove their choice was the best it could be. No matter who the other choice was. Fast forward, they all saw it. I blew it out the water. We got paid. Recall, this team had a disorder. Shade was on the border and moved from the epitome of team synergy. Now they talking about getting rid of me. What, are you kidding me? Maybe it's the kid in me. Mom's daily mystery, trying to configure what would dinner be. Now I'm a grown man, take my homegrown stance. With steel in my back, I could steal out the back. Take a knapsack, some tacks, a scanner and a fax. But if security steal me, I'ma have to steal them back. Alternative facts, pain, I want them to hurt well. I'm an ace and they rather low performing personnel. Why Monday and why mastery? It ain't hard to tell. By now you know ACE stands for attitude, competence, and evidence. So when we come to our work week on Monday morning, you have to have a plan. You have to know where you want to end. I always say start with the end in mind. So that starts with the right attitude. But you also, in making that plan, have to be able to align the things you have to do with the amount of time that you have throughout the week. That's the competence part. And if you do that effectively, by the end of the week, you'll be able to have the evidence that you have aced your work week. I could play a role and won't have to audition. Your position's a blip on the radar of my vision. This starts my decision. I wonder why I'm tripping. Is this a firing or firing up of my ignition? But it all starts on Monday. And it all starts with you, the ACE, with the attitude, competence, and evidence of mastery and success wherever you find yourself working today. My name is Jaden Ferrer. I am the Chief Strategist and founder of Ace Work Life. Welcome to another Monday Mastery. Today we are talking about focus. If you were to Google focus right now, your results would be a combination of a number of different definitions, meanings, recording artists and songs, lyrics, images. There is no shortage of understanding of what focus is or what focus should be. So our inability to focus is not because of a lack of knowledge. It's really because there's a distraction culture around us. We know what we should do, but there's so many things around us that's vying for our attention in marketing. In our household, our kids want our attention. Our spouse wants our attention. Work that I prioritized yesterday, my boss wants my attention. Or what I planned on rolling out in a new product in my company. Now I'm getting customers that are saying they want my attention for something different. There's so many internal and external things that are taking our attention. So we need to learn how to focus. How do we focus in a world of distractions? We're going to lean into it today. But because it's Monday the 16th, you know we got to start by Ace in the Proverbs. This is the wisdom book. So we're going to start in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3, and we're going to read the ESV. It reads, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." The Message translation says, "Put God in charge of your work. Then what you planned will take place." Now, I love the Amplify for this one because it breaks it down. It's more verbose, more robust. Commit your works to the Lord. Submit and trust them to him, and your plans will succeed. This is a key part right here. If you respond to his will and guidance. The interesting thing is we have goals, we have dreams, we have visions. And a lot of times our expectation is, God, bless my dream, bless my vision. And so we go to God, we'll pray about certain things that we want and that we desire. Now, whether or not it's something that we should be pursuing is probably another conversation. Where do we get that dream from? Why are we even pursuing that? Why are we trying to put that in focus? That's a conversation for a different day. But the fact remains is the way we approach it, we have something that we want to achieve and we go to God and we say, God bless it. And so there's this disconnection between me doing and God doing. Now, what if we were to partner with God, regardless of where we got that vision or where we got that dream, if God gave it to us or if it's something that we just desire? What if we partnered with him and said, this last part, his will and his guidance. If we went to him and said, Lord, What do I do next? Where do I put my focus in this endeavor? Where do I put my focus with this challenge with my spouse? Where do I put my focus with this tough conversation that I need to have today? And we allow God to give us the pieces, give us the step by step, give us the playbook. But many times we don't do that. We just move and we're trying to do things on our own. And that's an easy way to lose focus. What if we had a relationship with the Lord and was like, He's our accountability partner? Yes, He's Lord, He's God. But also, if we go to Him, it's like going to a coach and saying, all right, coach, I've done X, Y, and Z. What should I do next? Well, here's where you should put your focus. And we get those instructions. So we're actually led in the direction that we must go. So there's spiritual implications of why we can't focus, how we should focus, and what we can do to obtain focus. But we're going to move more into the more practical aspects of what does this look like. So with the ACE definition of focus, F.O.C.U.S, fixed objectives creates uncommon success. That's the ACE definition of focus. Fixed objectives creates uncommon success. Let's break it down. Why fixed objectives? Because we are so distracted. There are so many things getting our attention that we give our attention to. Things that aren't even on your radar today. You probably came into your Monday morning and you may have some things that you need to achieve, but you're really not focused on doing it yet. Maybe you're not motivated. Still thinking about the weekend. Wish the weekend was longer. Wish I had another day off. And so when you're not laser focused on what it is that you need to achieve, it's easy to distract you. A phone call, a text message, anything will get your attention and shift off. And so if you don't come in with a fixed objective, then you will really have no objective. The objectives of others are going to have you. Now, the second part is if you do have a fixed objective, you can then create uncommon success. Success is relative. I believe there's different definitions of success. I have my own. I believe everybody has to have their own definition of success. I can give you a definition and you can achieve that thing, but not really feel fulfilled because it was based on my definition, based on what success is to me. So whatever you define success as, if you have a fixed objective and you're in pursuit of that thing over the course of time, again, with the attitude and confidence of being able to achieve it, at some point you will achieve success, but I believe it'll be uncommon success. And it's uncommon in this day and age because nobody's able to have a fixed objective and the focus. So just by doing that, it puts you in a small percentage of the population. So I want to talk about 7 factors that are impacting why you can't focus. And as I go through this, I want you to think about which one of these impact you. I'm going to share about 3 internal factors and about 4 or so external factors, right? Some of which I already hinted on a little bit. And then, of course, we're going to have an ACE activation so that you can consider for yourself and make sure you're improving your focus for this week. All right. Number 1, stress and anxiety is, of course, an internal factor, an internal manifestation. But high levels of stress or anxiety can consume significant mental energy and impair our ability to concentrate on the task at hand. And you can get stress or anxiety factors that you feel because of things that are going at home or things that are going on the job. And I'm going to talk about ways that you can combat that, but I think we all deal with this to some degree. Number 2 is fatigue, another internal factor. Physical or mental exhaustion can drastically impact cognitive functions, including focus, memory, and decision making. So fatigue is a real thing. For those of you out there that may be like me and don't like to rest because your mind is always going, you have to figure out a way to force yourself to take a day of rest, to take moments of rest. Okay. Number 3, the lack of motivation or interest, another internal factor. If you're not fully invested in a task, either emotionally or intellectually, it may be often due to difficulty staying focused on it due to a lack of interest or lack of clarity regarding its benefits or importance. So this can come sometimes when it's not it's not a task or an objective that's been given to you, but something that's been handed to you, maybe by a business partner, maybe by a leader that you're responsible for helping accomplish work, and you really don't see, why are we doing this? This is doesn't even fit in a line what we're doing. So whenever you don't value something, you devalue it, you kind of put it on the back burner, you lose interest, you really don't want to pursue that thing the way you really could. We're going to talk about how you can overcome that. Let's go to an external factor. So I mentioned this already. This is the big one in our day and age. Technology and social media, constant notifications. The allure of social media feedback and the habit of searching and scrolling can fragment attention and make concentration, deep concentration, very difficult. So many distractions. Even right now, as I'm live streaming this, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next, and I'm trying to stay 100% present because notifications, I got them off right now, but I can kind of like feel it. I know people that are reaching out to me. I know what's about to come next, and I'm trying to stay 100% locked in so y'all can get this understanding. Number 5, environment, external factors. Okay. A noisy or busy environment, or one that's not comfortable, can distract our focus. Interruptions, whether in the form of phone calls, emails, messages. Somebody's always trying to break your attention. And and when your attention is broken, it's really hard to get back to that flow state of where you were really locked in. Okay. I know people that doesn't matter if I'm having a conversation with them and we're present, phone goes off, doesn't matter what we're talking, we can be talking about some matters of the heart, something really difficult that I'm going through, and they got to pick their phone up, look at it, and move on. And like, yeah, I'm present. Now I already know the moment they took their eyes off of me and onto the phone, they completely checked out. So now I'm less inclined to continue to share. I don't know. I don't feel it's a safe space. I don't feel like you really care. It breaks down relationships by you trying to focus on everything. You really not focused on anything, and it's impeding the relationships and how far you can go. Multitasking demands. Okay, so trying to juggle multiple tasks at once often leads to reduced concentration and effectiveness. You really know, I don't know if you realize, but this concept of multitasking is not real. Because our brains move so fast, it appears, we think that we can do many things at one time, but the brain is really just switching from one thing to another. It's called context switching. So you can't multitask. Even the ladies out there, women, I'm sorry, it's said that y'all can multitask. You really don't. Scientifically, you don't. Now, you may manage a lot of things well at one time and be able to context switch better than us, but you're still not multitasking. It's just facts. And then finally, the lack of organizational tools, another external factor. Without proper organization, such as to-do lists or clear calendar or schedule, you may be overwhelmed. And so maybe you're not a really organized person, technology person. Maybe you need some types of tools or some type of system. It doesn't have to even be technology. A good friend of mine told me that, hey man, I still write everything down. And it's like, that's cool. Like, you can write it down, you can type it, whatever you need to do. That's your system. That's your strategy. So those are the top 7 things that are taking our focus away. Let's quickly look at each one of those one more time and look at some things that you can do this week in order to achieve better focus if you are plagued by one of these challenges. Let's look at this. Stress. Breathing, prayer, and meditation. Practice short, focused breathing exercises or mindfulness meditation, even just a few minutes, to help reduce stress. It's amazing. Once you sync up your spirit with the Lord, everything just kind of melts away, and you're able to now reset and focus on what you should. This goes back to the beginning. Lord, what should I focus on right now? Where in my work should I focus on? Which task in order to meet the bigger objective? How about fatigue? Short power naps and or walks. Take short power naps or breaks when you're completely disengaged from tasks to rejuvenate your energy levels. My wife laughs at me because I can take a power nap. I mean, nap is the key word, not power hibernation, because some of y'all are like, what, 15 minutes is not a nap. 10 minutes is not a nap. I've been known to lay down and within 8 minutes, 10 minutes, wake up like I've slept for 2 hours. And my daughters will be like, did you Did you sleep? You say you were going to take a nap. I said I did, and I'm good. And then I'm good for a couple of hours. Now I might be different. You might relate. Some of y'all like, I can't nap because if I lay down, I ain't getting back up. If I lay down for lunch, I'm gonna have a problem later because they're gonna be like, you never came back after lunch. I was slumped. So you might not want that. But another way to renew your energy is to go for a walk. Get your blood flowing. You get check two birds, kill two birds with one stone. Get the energy up by cardiovascular exercise and renewing your mind at the same time. If you have a lack of motivation or interest, you got to identify the meaningful tasks. You got to find aspects in the work, in the task that's meaningful to you. If it's connecting with somebody because you're a people person, find out like, at least this gives me an opportunity to talk to so-and-so. You got to be able to reframe and find the value in something so that you can focus. How about technology and social media? This is an easier said than done one. Manage your notifications. Turn notifications off. Not just vibrate, not just silent. Sometimes turn your phone off. When's the last time you turned your phone off? I'm not talking about why you sleep, because I want to recharge my battery. I want to make sure my phone is good. But just like straight turn it off. Unplug. Sometimes that can just reset you. And then you don't feel inclined to pick up your phone every time there's a notification or jump into an email or answer the phone. Okay. Where we at? Number 5, environments. Create safeguards. So if your environment is the challenge of you focusing, and say you're in a work environment that's noisy, you use noise cancellation headphones. Create a physical sign or identifier when people come over to your desk, come over to you, and you're like, hey, I'm busy. I love companies that create a culture of this. There's a book called 5 Gears, and the 5 Gears is a way where people that are working with each other can be able to collaborate and know what level of focus are you in, starting with gear 1 being I'm kind of open, all the way up to gear 5 and I'm heads down focused. Don't mess with me right now because I'm in a flow state and I can't afford my concentration to be broken. If your multitasking demands creates problems for you focusing, try prioritizing. You have everything you're trying to do at one time. If everything is important, nothing's important. So you have to figure out a way how to say what is the most important thing right now and give yourself time and attention to be able to focus on that. Block time if you need to. And then finally, the lack of organization or tools. If you're having problems focusing because you're just not organized and you just got a lot going on, you need some help, share and research. So share with people that you see are more organized, that are more disciplined. They kind of got it together. If you're in a work environment, share that with your leadership. Let them know, hey, we really don't have the tools that we need. We need to do something better because I know it's not just me that's having this challenge. And then research on your own. Go out, find some tools, find some things that you can bring maybe to your company or test out some stuff. There's a lot of free tools so that you don't even have to go out and buy anything. You can probably just Google free work productivity tools or organized, whatever. You'll get a number of ads that pop up, but there'll be some free offerings and some things that you can try. Okay. So bottom line for this week, I want you to be intentional to increase your focus. That's it. If we're helping you in any way, if this content is valuable to you and you know some people that need help focusing, I want you to share this broadcast with them. I want you to provide comments and feedback. Let's keep the conversation going. I'm Javen Ferrer, and hopefully this week you're one step closer to mastering your work in the art of living. I'll see you next time.